Athletic Conference Soccer, and it's here on ESPN+. After an 18-day road trip, the ACU Wildcats return home to the friendly confines of Elmer Gray Stadium. They'll take on a team out of the Southland, hot as a rocket, the Northwestern State Demons. Welcome inside Elmer Gray Stadium for today's afternoon contest. Andy Penny alongside Zachary McCartney. The Wildcats, again, return home for the first time in 2.5 weeks. The current record sits at 3-4. For Northwestern State, they are 4-1-2. But Zachary, make no mistake, this is a team that's hot, as they are unbeaten over the course of their last 4 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Northwestern's come off of a couple of great wins, and they've put together an unbeaten run where they've been able to score 14 goals. I'm really impressed with them of what they've brought in. ACU is going to have a tough test this afternoon.
It should make for a great matchup. 90 minutes of soccer here on the pitch today. Let's look at our impact players, Zachary, and it starts with the 1-2 punch offensively for Northwestern State. Emily Senator Huzensuku. They are 1-2 in the Southland in goals scored. Abby Smith leads the Wildcats in goals scored. Bella Medrano on the backside. A great freshman campaign as a goalkeeper.
Absolutely. She's gotten started. I know the coaches are thrilled about her performance so far. Absolutely needed rock-solid keeper to start everything at the back, be able to keep those goals down so you can stay in games. That 1-2 punch is dangerous. Both of those players, the freshmen as well as Emily, I'm very impressed with both of their performances so far.
On another beautiful day here in Abilene, we anticipate a great game on the pitch today. The Wildcats, the Demons, kickoff is on the other side. WAC Soccer, it's here on ESPN+. And back to Elmer Gray Stadium, Abilene Christian University. Andy Penny alongside Zachary McCartney as the non-conference portion of the schedule is winding down for both teams. Northwestern State out of the Southland. This is their final tune-up. ACU will take on the Baylor Bears this weekend in Waco before WAC play gets underway. Of course, both of these teams used to be in the Southland, so pretty familiar with each other. They played to a scoreless draw a year ago in Natchitoches. They'll take the field here in Abilene. This has been a nice non-conference schedule for the Wildcats. It's been very competitive. 3-4 the record for ACU, but it's been a nice competitive non-conference schedule, including today versus Northwestern State.
Absolutely. I think Coach Salas has been pleased with the progress and performance coming into conference play, that they have gone into these games and been competitive throughout. Obviously, they would have liked to pull off a couple more wins, but it's exciting to see what the Wildcats have done.
As we get a look at the starting lineup here for Northwestern State, Coach Ian Brophy in his 3rd season. Again, this is a team that will ball possess really well. They play great in the midfield. Again, Emily Senator, already 2-time Southland Conference Player of the Week, the leading goal scorer in the Southland with 5 goals early on in the year. For ACU, Coach Stephen Salas, here's a look at the starting lineup. The freshman goalkeeper, Bella Medrano, is in net tonight. She's been battling a little bit of a back injury, but she is still in the net, and she will get the start. And you can see that lineup. Keep an eye on Abby Smith, number 2 there in the midfield, the leading goal scorer for the Wildcats. Thus far, 7 games in. Beautiful afternoon. It is 93 degrees. We are all sun. There is not a cloud in the sky anywhere in the big country today. It's a hot one. We'll stay in the low 90s for the majority of the afternoon. Winds coming out of the south, which will be in the favor of Northwestern State, be at their back here in this first half of play. The Wildcats are in the purple jerseys today, the purple uniforms. They move left to right here in the first half. Northwestern State in the white uniforms today. And they will move here in this first half from right to left.
Be interesting to see how these teams open up. Obviously, both coaches want to see a fast start. The ball possession, I know from the Demons, is something that they like to stress, but it'll be interesting to see if ACU can get any press and break that down.
As Kennedy Rist will get the start in goal for Northwestern State. She's a 5'8" redshirt junior. And Rist is off to a good start on the year. 3-1-1 in goal are the Demons. Bella Medrano for the Wildcats. First run here for Northwestern State, and across, and one just pushed to the right of the goal, and
decent
goal kick.
Yeah, decent opening play there. Obviously something to watch out for, those counterattacking goals whenever you're pressing forward like that.
Bella Medrano in goal, the red shirt, or the true freshman wearing the black jersey out of Lubbock, Texas. This is her 7th start.
One of the keys to watch out for the Wildcats, they like to play through McCarley, their left back, as far as connecting the defense and the attack. So we'll see if the Demons can shut that down.
Possession here for Northwestern State, just right around the midfield line.
Yes.
Ball on the far side. Yeah, we talked to Coach Steven Salas, head coach of ACU today. He said this is a ball possession type of game. These are teams that are very methodical. They'll play patient on both ends. They'll take opportunities when they get them. But both defensive-minded, ball possession and control. Will take aggressive shots when available, but very patient in that strategy. There's a look at Jessica Spitzer, the defenseman, number 21. Kick for Emily Senator. She wears number 20. Been very impressive in those 5 games. The 5'6" junior out of Oxford, Connecticut, made her way to Natchitoches.
The ability to score that much from midfield is something that's particularly impressive. She's both creating and finishing off those chances. I'm sure they're thrilled with her.
It's a Northwestern State team that has scored 17 goals in their 7 matches and have only given up 6 goals. As a matter of fact, in this 4-game unbeaten streak, they have 2 shutouts. They've only given up two goals in this 4-game unbeaten streak. The Wildcats have dropped 3 in a row, but they've been competitive in all 7 of their games this year. 6 of the 7 have been 1-goal margins. 3 of those victories, 3 on the downside.
I was classy defending there from Grace Kelly. Not only taking possession back, but giving it to her girl and keeping possession.
There's Hannah Vetramile down the near sideline. She'll push it down into the corner. It's a foot race. Northwestern State able to get theirs. It's Kate Bauk who pushes it back to wrist.
I was talking to the coaching staff at ACU, and one of the things that they really want to stress is composure and confidence in that final third. They've not really converted enough of their chances. They really want to encourage their girls to take on shots and try to make something happen.
And the Wildcats with the 3-4 record, but have only scored 4 goals on the season. I asked Coach Steven Salas that same question. I said, how you feel 4 goals, 7 matches in? He says, we've been competitive in every game. We stay the course. We're going to be just fine. We just have to find a way to get to the back of the net. Here's possession taken away at the midfield line. Bailey Simon, 5'4" junior.
Yeah, the reason they've been competitive, a big part of that is Bailey Medrano, like we said, in the key plays for the game. Whenever your offense isn't scoring, you need to trust your keeper, and that, fortunately for the Wildcats, they have that.
Smith tries to drop it in. That back line of Northwestern State able to get there again. Possession on the near side. That's Kendall Hemperly, the forward, 5'9" freshman out of Katy. Wears number 13. And possession here to the Demons. Northwestern State, the big feather in the cap here early in the season. A season-opening victory in Austin versus the University of Texas. A 3-2 victory down in Austin. Only loss of the year came at SMU. That was in their 2nd game of the year. Down the sideline, Northwestern State a throw in near sideline.
These non-conference games, it's so important to build confidence to move into that the conference play. That's really where the business end of the season. And so really impressive they decided to take that game on, and amazing they were able to pull it off.
It's possession to the near sideline. It's Hemperly.
That was a classy touch from Hemperly there.
Pushed back to the midfield line. This is where Northwestern State will keep possession. Steven Salas talked about this. They're good at keeping. They'll pass along the back line, and they'll take their chance. They'll bait teams into pushing forward as they keep possession on the back line, and then when the team makes a mistake, they'll advance the ball and attack.
On a hot day like today, one of the last things you want to do is be chasing down balls constantly. So if they're able to maintain that possession, they'll slowly wear the opponent down. But the troublesome thing is that if you get a little loose in the back, you can get punished.
There's Gracie Kelly. She wears number 27, the sophomore defenseman. One that Steven Salas really impressed with the way she plays that back row, that back line. Put her body on the line to help out her goalkeepers.
Never seen her afraid to get into a challenge.
Spitzer near side and push back to the middle and Bauk. Sophia Manillo, the 5'5" defenseman as well, number 8. Yeah, sounds good. Far side, Shakira Cafaro-Roberts scored the game winner versus Houston Christian the last Wildcat home game.
Hannah Martin will be frustrated with that slip. That was a promising build-up there.
Senador pushed forward to Suku, and Suku can't get there. And Medrano will take possession. Hey, Zachary, let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight for these two teams.
Yeah, definitely. So for Northwestern State, obviously they've been on a great run of form. I think they need to continue to involve their playmakers. Those top two are the top 2 scorers in their division, and so they need to continue to have confidence in their abilities to score. Honestly, they need to just keep running the playbook they've been running because it's been working. For Abilene Christian, converting on set pieces and confidence in attacking position. Here's a real quick break for a attacking move there.
Yeah, as Medrano gets the gloves on it, ACU able to clear. First real scoring opportunity for either team. And Emma Pethel pushed into the center. Good action and possession taken away by the Wildcats.
That was great defending from McCarley. Let's see if she can turn defense into attack.
Push it into the corner. It's a long run. Cafaro-Roberts trying to get there and get that back line defense, able to get possession.
Cafaro-Roberts' speed is a real weapon for this Wildcat team. A lot of their goal scoring has been on the counterattack, and Roberts has been a big part of that.
Yeah, she can go. She can get up the sideline in a hurry. Bethel with possession here for the Demons. There's Hosen Suku. Suku out of Montreal, Canada, just a freshman, already made the impact again with 4 goals. That's second in the Southland behind Senators 5. A left-footed kick, it's deflected out. And out on the far sideline for the Demons. Like the pace thus far. It's good up and down pace here in the first 10.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can carry that out on a hot day like today. I know it's mid-season, but the conditioning might be tested today with the heat.
Steven Salas talking about his roster this year. He's just really impressed with how they're growing in mentality. They've been competitive in all 7 games this year. Of course, they've done the majority of that on the road. Been on the road for 18-day stretches, at least as far as games are concerned. His wrist will clear near side. Northwestern State, this 4-game winning streak, they've done it, or 4-game unbeaten streak. 3 of those at home wins versus Alcorn, Grambling, and a tie versus Louisiana Lafayette. Also beat Mississippi Valley on the road. Long run, and Medrano will clear.
That's excellent reading from Medrano, being able to sweep that dangerous chance away.
Yeah, Zachary, at what point do you, as a goalkeeper, do you have to play on your heels and stay at the net, or go attack a ball that's kind of a 50-50 ball?
I mean, goalkeeping is as much a communication thing as anything else. You have to talk to your back line. You have to be able to obviously judge the ball coming in, but then communicate with your back line and see if they can head it home. If they can't, sometimes you have to step out and do it.
Medrano did not start the first 2 matches of the year, but came in the starting role versus Tulsa, a game that ACU beat Tulsa 1-0 the final. Medrano's really been the starter ever since.
Confidence is key in that goalkeeping position. The worst thing you can do is be indecisive in those moments. You have to pick a course of action and stick to it. Oh, here's a chance here.
Yep, Leggett with possession, left side with space, deflected by the defender and just wide. First real opportunity for the Wildcats.
I really like that from Leggett. Go ahead and take on the shot. I know there was possibly you could have dragged it across for a pass, but really that attacking intent is going to be good.
It was Manillo, Sophia Manillo, who deflected it. But it's off the end line, our first corner for either team.
Wildcats have not scored on a corner since their first game. I know that's one of the keys that the coaches want to see more of.
Simon with the corner. It's on the near post. Wrist able to get the gloves on it and clear it out of the box. Wildcats still with possession. Back to Simon, far side. She'll push to the end line. And the cross deflected out. Another corner for the Wildcats. Okay, ACU 26 corners coming in compared to their opponent's 39. It's their second here in this same possession. Simon again, near post. Headed in and just missed on the far post. Still in the box, still with possession, Wildcats. And another shot and cleared by the Demons. Another kick on the goal will sail just wide of the near post. Great activity down inside the box. Wildcats just can't push one in.
And the Wildcat coaching staff will love that. I was talking to them before the game, and one of their cues is that they wanted to get those corners to the far post. They got that in there and created a couple of dangerous opportunities.
Well, I thought Leggett had a chance there on a rebound. Just could not quite push it inside the pole. Good activity for the Wildcats down on the scoring end. Northwestern State pushes possession. That's Madison Murphy, number 15 in the midfield. Again, back to the defensive row. Near side, Jessica Spitzer.
Really impressed with this defense's ability on the ball. They've been not afraid to dribble around and pass and play.
Spitzer again. Give it back to wrist. Demons will reset. Raven Sandu with some room to operate. She'll push it down in the corner. Hemperly trying to get to it, can't.
Ball just ran away from her.
And Medrano will put it back into play in a hurry. We close in on our first 15 minutes gone here this afternoon. Early start today, 5 o'clock kickoff today, trying to accommodate some travel plans at Northwestern State. Road trip over to Natchitoches from Abilene, about a 5-hour bus ride, so try to get them back on the road at a decent hour this afternoon, this evening. And of course, both of these teams familiar with one another, former Southland Conference foes. This is the 10th meeting all time. ACU leads with 6 wins. And offside call here on Northwestern State.
Sometimes those offsides, you're just you're trying to get away from that last defender, but even when the offside is called, it makes that back line think about it.
Medrano, big kick down to the south end. Activity on the near side, back to wrist.
Something to be mindful of is it is a fairly windy day, and the Wildcats are playing into the wind this half, so that can sometimes affect whether or not you want to play long balls or you're kind of keeping it at feet.
You can see the flags on the far side behind the 2 benches blowing pretty brisk out of the south, probably 15, 20 miles an hour this afternoon. Hannah Martin.
Classy touches from Hannah.
Yep. Back into the box, top of the box, it's Leggett. And an offside call here on ACU. The header by Cafaro Roberts put it back top of the box, but Leggett called for the offside.
Those turnovers, you look at the color of the jersey, and sometimes you send it right to them, not realizing that they're about 10 feet offside.
Yeah. Side, Jessica Spitzer. push up the near sideline again, but out too far for Hemperly. Again, this 4-game unbeaten streak for Northwestern State. A 7-0 win versus Mississippi Valley. Really skews the stats a little bit, but 14 goals over the course of the last 4 matches. Throw in near side here for the Demons. But Ian Brophy said, hey, we've been playing really well. We're still moving upwards and we're still growing. We're still learning. We saw in that Louisiana Lafayette game, we saw that we still have an area for growth and a chance to improve. So we'll look at that, and it's good that we're still finding areas of growth. But we're excited how the team's looking. Always like to put the tally marks on the win side. Possession here for the Wildcats. Good play again here, Hannah Martin. Suku can't keep possession here. And the Wildcats get at the midfield line.
If I were the Demons, I would really want to get Suku more involved. She's only had a few touches, and not many of them have been given her any space to do anything with it. So they should really try to work the ball that way.
Yeah, Suku or Senator, not many touches thus far. Senator's already been the 2-time Southland Conference Player of the Week in just 3 weeks of season thus far. She's already won that twice. Kennedy Rist on the backside's been the 2-time Goalkeeper of the Week. Northwestern State possession on the far side. Wildcats thought they had possession, wanted to throw it in. The referee said, nope, not so fast.
It's rare to see a player think that it didn't go out on the other team.
Our officials today, Jorge Luna Hernandez is our referee. William Tomlinson, our referee on the far side. Stephen Bartlemay is on the near side.
I believe they refreshment break in hot games like this. They give us a pause.
Yeah, quick water break. I did think we have our first substitution far side as well. Trying to work through those substitutions. Annika Sproxton wanted to substitute in. I'm not sure she could. Looked like she tried and then went back over to the bench. Either way, there's the throw in on the far sideline. Again, ACU in the purple jerseys today, Northwestern State in the white. Sometimes difficult. There's a lot of purple going around. I feel like this part of these two conferences. Here's one put into Hemperly, left side. She'll work possession. Touch for Suku. And into the middle, Sandu. It's out on the end line.
It's an excellent shot off the post. Really like the composure that Northwestern showed off of the in the attacking positions. ACU's going to need to do a better job of shutting that down if they want to keep the score 0-0.
Yeah, just off that crossbar.
Coming into the Wildcats, number 4, Emma Nyland.
See Emma Nyland check in for the first time. 5'4" senior. She wears number 4. Emily, the senior transfer from Nebraska Omaha. So Hannah Martin will get her first breather.
It'll be interesting to see how the coaches utilize their subs as the game goes on.
I was looking at Northwestern State's just minutes. Not many players have had to play all 90. They've certainly got some depth. So here's one pushed down the far sideline. Cafaro Roberts loses possession here back to the Demons.
I appreciate the pressing intent there from the Wildcats. whenever since the Northwestern wants to play in possession, it's good to challenge that and see if you can't get a mistake and get a chance off of that.
This one pushed back to Medrano outside the goal.
Loose ball there. Never want to give it away that deep in your own half. Fortunately, nothing came of it for the Wildcats.
There's a look at again Bella Medrano, the freshman out of Friendship High School up in Lubbock. Class 6A program up there, one of the more successful programs up in the West Texas part of the state. As we did see Annika Sproxton check in at this dead ball. So Sproxton, the 5'5" junior, transfer from Mount St. Mary's, her first action here in Abilene today. So this one pushed down into the corner. It's a foot race. It'll go out on the in line.
It's quite possible that the Demons haven't quite adjusted to the wind that we're seeing down the line. We've seen several of those balls get away from them.
Both teams with 2 shots. ACU, both of their shots on goal, and came off of 2 corner opportunities. Good action around the midfield line. But both teams defensive-minded. Their back lines have just been solid today. Farrell Roberts a chance far sideline with a step. Runs into a defender.
Draws this. Looks like she drew the foul. That was
sure did.
She's been running at them this entire afternoon. It's been impressive. Not surprised that she was finally managed to make something happen. We'll see if the Wildcats can do anything with this foul in an aggressive scoring position.
Foul right outside the box. That was Sophie Manillo, the defender, just stopped running right in front of Farrell Roberts. Contact and the foul call. Scoring chance here for the Wildcats.
This is kind of in one of those positions where you could maybe try a shot, but they're probably going to cross it into that back post. I would imagine that's what they're going to do, but you never know if they have a set piece specialist they really like from that position. We'll see if they've drawn anything up on the training ground.
You get a look at Bailey Simon there, number 35. She took both of those corners.
Coming in for the Wildcats, number 17, Nia Leslie.
She and Abby Smith. Nia Leslie has checked in for ACU, her first time on the pitch today. She wears number 17, the 5'5" junior. Looks like we'll also see a substitution here for Northwestern State. I think Manillo took a shot there as she and Farrell Roberts ran into each other. Kind of took a shot there, maybe to the nose or to the face area.
Always important to check out that whenever there's kind of something to the head or neck to give it a look, make sure there's no problems.
You see a look at Annie Stook, the 5'8" redshirt junior, the midfielder, number 17. Has come in. There it is. I can see Manillo on the far side getting checked out by the training staff. So stoppage in play here. The clock has stopped, as you can see, with just shy of 22 minutes left in our first half clock. Good pace, good activity here in the first half.
Well, it's been a good first half. We've seen some good ball possession, a couple of attacking chances. I'm sure both coaches would like to see a little bit tighter passing, especially in those attacking areas. But I mean, both teams should be proud of their defenses so far. We'll see if they'll be able to. Someone will be able to punch in a goal before the break.
A long stoppage here. Looks like we're getting ready to start action again. Simon just outside the box, left side. Simon does have 1 assist this year. Came on that corner versus UTEP, first game of the season.
Referee's just having a little chat, trying to make sure everyone behaves as they ought to.
typically see some good physical activity on kicks like this. Clock is rolling again. Here's the kick by Simon. Just put it on the near post. And nice play by Wrist. And
it's like referee's calling it back for a foul.
So good chance for the Wildcats, but Demons play it well.
Coach Salas will probably be disappointed seeing that. It was a good chance to not get anything on target. It's a frustrating situation for them.
I feel like we're starting to see that second wave. You talk about this heat today and just conditioning. Feel like, okay, we're getting that second wind now. Both teams have really settled in. Feel like the game plan for both teams thus far has been on script.
Absolutely.
Stephen Salas has really talked about the mid-game adjustments his Wildcats have been able to make this year. It talks about the maturity of this team and how they continue to grow. He said our in-game adjustments have been really solid this year. Able to make those changes we need as the game plays out.
Well, that's something that I've definitely always heard coming from players as they talk about their coach, is that they really trust in what Coach Salas is doing, and they're able to communicate with each other. It's a good chemistry. They've played together as a unit, and that's something that when that coaching staff and the players have that connection, it allows you to make those in-game adjustments.
6 of their 7 games this year, 6 of their 7 matches have been 1-goal games, so been competitive in all of them. Had possession. It's back to the Demons here, and Emma Pethel back in that defensive line for the Demons. Very patient, very methodical.
Yeah, could have used a slightly better ball sending forward for Peyton Hill to run on. But looks like the Wildcats will regroup and see if they can't develop something in the future.
Header here, but back to the far side.
You talked about that second wind and seeing the team start to kind of play a little bit more freely, a little bit more quickly. At the beginning of these games, you're kind of feeling out your opponent. You're seeing what their tendencies are. You're kind of getting a sense of the game. And as you feel like you get comfortable, you start to think a little bit less and just play a little more naturally.
And you talked about just the fluidity these days. It seems like players are given a little bit more freedom and flexibility to stretch their quote-unquote zones of, their part of the field.
Definitely. These systems are, obviously you have an area, you have defensive responsibilities, especially players like McCarley as the left back, the right back. You end up in situations where you want to overlap and get involved in the attack, not just stay back in defense.
There's Hannah Vetramile, number 3 on the near side, and a touch here for Amelia Leggett. Now Peyton Hill across the midfield line.
Our forward all the way back.
As we talk. Good activity here in the center circle, a whistle.
It's one of the beautiful things about watching soccer is you're able to, there's a lot of different ways to play, a lot of different ways to win. Different teams have characters. They're able to develop an identity. You can get it done a lot of different ways.
Vetramile up the near sideline will push it to Hill. Contact, and that ball hit Hill right in the face as it goes out of bounds.
That is impressive defending from a forward position and putting your body on the line to try to prevent a ball come through. Does not feel good.
The clock goes under 18 minutes here in our first half. Our scoreless tie. See, Reagan Hollis has checked in for the first time, a 5'3" sophomore, played the forward position. She wears number 12. You can see her there on your screen, left side.
Looks like they're moving Hill up top to try to get her a little bit more as a sole striker, and we've got Hollis playing in maybe the 3 kind of attacking midfield positions right behind her.
And possession taken away. It's Nia Leslie. Leslie gets to the end line. Tries to center, and it's knocked out in the corner coming for the Wildcats.
Leslie has some pace.
Well, just took possession away out in open space. Created some offense here for ACU. Look at the speed.
That's a weapon. The defenders have to give her a lot of respect and play off her. She can create a lot from that.
Third corner here of the first half. All from the far corner. Simon to put it in. Near post. The header just wide. The bicycle and the header, but wide of the net on the far side.
That's some pretty decent goalkeeping, coming out and getting a hand on it. I'm sure she would have wanted to get a little bit cleaner contact to get it out of the zone and prevent any rebounds, but the Demons got away with it there just fine.
See Gracie Kelly and the header by Peyton Hill. ACU now with 3 shots, 2 of those on goal. Northwestern State just 2 shots. Leslie on the far side, works to the center, loses possession, gets it back. Simon again.
Wildcats will be pleased with how they've kind of opened up this half. Outside of a couple of counterattacks, they've pretty much had the run of the game.
Nyland pushes forward. Now Stook pushes all the way through, and Medrano picks it up. Here comes Vetramile down the near sideline. We'll put it on goal. Easy grab for wrist.
That's one of those things when you're coming back all the way from defense, you make a 40, 50-yard run.
Yep.
Having the composure to put a good cross in, it's a difficult thing to do whenever you get a little couple of tired legs coming down there.
2/3 of the way through here, first half, we are scoreless. And these two played last year in Natchitoches, played to a scoreless draw. Again, speaks to the philosophies of each of these two programs and coaches. Leslie up top of the box, works one-on-one. Pushes into the corner, and Holloman. The cross off the defender and out. Another corner here for the Wildcats. Boy, and I thought that was Manillo. We'll see who that was. Took it right in the face. Not Manillo, that's Sproxton. We took that one.
Get the athletic staff out there to check on her.
Yeah, took that right in the face on the cross. We've already seen Manillo go out on that defensive line. Contact to the nose and face area earlier. This time on a kick. It's Sproxton who takes one to the face. So some black and blue for the purple of Northwestern State on that defensive line.
It was really good decision making from the Wildcats. I think that the execution of the passes could have been a little bit tighter, and they probably could have created something a little bit better, but great from their forward line whenever they're looking up and seeing one another and getting the ball to those open attackers.
Fourth corner coming up. Emma Taylor has checked in for the Wildcats. She wears number 16, a 5'11" freshman in the midfield. Another corner opportunity. This time it's Jada Farrington who has just checked in. And a substitution for Northwestern State is against Sproxton, who left the playing surface after taking that cross to the face. It's Marissa Henderson who has checked in, a 5'6" redshirt freshman. Farrington this time, the fourth corner for the Wildcats in the first half. The header just wide of the net. Another good opportunity for ACU. They've been peppering the goal area, just can't find the goal thus far.
It's been good service so far. Outside of that first corner, they've managed to create at least a shot on each of their attempts. A couple coming from rebounds, so that's definitely an area of threat that the Wildcats wanted to focus on. I'm sure the coaching staff will be pleased. They just hope they can convert one.
Spitzer's been in that defensive line the entire first half. There's good activity on the midfield line and possession to Emily Gundon. Gundon, a 5'7" junior.
That was good defending there.
Yeah. This is a roster for Northwestern State that has some national and international flavor. The majority of the Wildcats you'll see from kind of the Texas area, but this Northwestern State team spans the geography.
Well, soccer really is the global game. It's
Boy.
something that's always been a great thing about it.
Yeah, no doubt. Leslie here into the center.
That was well done from Leslie. Whose teammate couldn't quite get on it, but difficult midfield play.
Pushed down into the corner. Paige Bumgardner, a long run, can't get it. Possession back to the Wildcats. Yeah, Stephen Salas was talking on the other side. Shakira Cafaro-Roberts from London. He has not had much international flavor in his 3 seasons here at ACU. As a matter of fact, he said Shakira is the first international player he's had on his roster in 3 years.
Well, that's as a young coach, kind of getting things together. There's so many responsibilities as a recruiter, as a booster, as a talent coordinator. You know, there's a lot of things. Adding international communications is just the long list of responsibilities on coaches these days.
She was a great addition out of the portal. Division II All-American a year ago. Now finds her way here at ACU. Gundon will push back. There's Emma Pethel. Pethel pushed down in the corner. It's a run for Hemperly. And it's in past the end line. Possession back to the Wildcats.
If I was a fly on the wall for the team talk in the halftime for the Demons, I would imagine those balls in the final third getting away to the end. We've seen 4 or 5 of those balls just go too far that have ended attacking chances.
Again, a relatively quiet first half for Bella Madrano in goal. Demons, though, will push again here. And Gregson to Leslie, far sideline. Good activity here in the center of the pitch. And a foul call. Possession here to the Wildcats. Been a clean game. Just the second foul call on Northwestern State. Just one thus far called on ACU.
Definitely. It's been competitive, but they've managed to keep it clean, which is always great to see.
Gracie Kelly over to Leslie, far side. And stolen away here by Paige Bumgardner.
That's good defensive work from Paige there, getting all the way back to help out her defense. Those are the kinds of things that teammates really appreciate.
Close in on the 10-minute mark here in the first half. 35 minutes down, 10 to go in half number 1. We anticipated defensive, possessive type of game and low-scoring type of game. Again, these two played to a scoreless draw a year ago. And here we are.
I think the Wildcats will be very pleased that they've managed to, their defending has managed to hold strong against a team that's been in the goals in the in Northwestern.
Dropped in, pushed out. Reagan Hollis, number 12 for the Wildcats, 5'3" sophomore forward. One of many out of the Metroplex. Boy, possession just stolen away here. It's Sproxton who's back in. Sproxton took the cross to the face a moment ago, but she's back in. She's topside. There's the kind of the neon pink shoes on there up the top of the alignment. That's
the first touch I think Hill's had since moving up top. There's the Demons have been able to pin ACU back here for the last few minutes.
Betramile will work her way up the field. Taken away, got it back.
Not something you want to see from your back line.
Almost gave up possession to Senator with open space in front, but Betramile able to get possession back.
Patient, methodical play. We're seeing the Demons get back to their playbook.
Senator turns it over. But possession stolen back and a chance to run. Gundon pushed down into the corner. Best opportunity for the Demons here in the first half. Still with possession far side. And pushed back out of the box. Boy, good defense again for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the attacking play coming back to help out the defense and keep this scoreless going into the break. It's really important to play as a team in those critical moments of the game.
Zach, you're a guy with soccer experience. How do you keep composure when offense is hard to come by, just to keep your composure about you and keep playing the game? And here's one crossed and clear, but that's got to be difficult. You know, it's just trying to keep your composure and take opportunities when you get one. Is this one just wide of the net near side?
It can be frustrating, especially as a game goes on, whenever it feels like you kind of build it up to the last bit, but you just don't get that final deal. I think these players, they all have tons of experience. You just have to know that you stay patient, and then when the opportunity comes, you just have to take your chance. I think the best players in those moments there have this ability to slow the game down, and they just seem to keep their heads and keep their composure. But practice being in those situations, and then coaching staff usually does a good job of trying to encourage you to stay patient, because the quickest way to make the task a whole lot harder is by slipping up at the back, and then you got to score two.
Raylan Miller has come in for the first time, the 5'7" sophomore. She wears number 13 for ACU. Also see Dawson Mars, a 5'4" junior who wears number 33. She's in for the Demons. She's here on the near side. Annie Stook, number 17, with possession.
It's the old commentator's curse. Right after I say, oh, the ACU's kind of pinned them back for most of the game, the field flips, and we see some sustained pressure over on the Wildcats. Excellent touch right there.
Leslie far side with speed and open space. Give and go. Leslie at top of the box trying to get to it. Wrist comes out, whistle, and offside on the Wildcats?
I believe so, yeah, the far linesman has his flag up on the far side.
Yep. Boy, great give and go. Nice touch by Miller. But
that was very close
very
as far as
close,
offside
top of the
there.
box, yeah.
Either way, the goalkeeper had it saved. That was an excellent, excellent counterattack from the Wildcats.
The free kick here by wrist. The goal kick. Whistle and a foul here on Northwestern State. All of this for the Wildcats again against this 15 to 20 mile an hour breeze. It's been in their face here north to south in this first half. They'll have that wind at their back here in the second half. Farrington loses possession. Here come the Demons. Tiana Cruz, number 16. Back to Gundon. And wide of the net near side.
That was calm defensive work to sniff out the danger and be able to prevent that dangerous play from developing.
Mars near side. Wildcats with a run. Push down, it's Reagan Hollis. Hollis on net, just high. Sailed high over the crossbar.
excellent job of Hollis staying on side, holding off a run, and then being able to create the chance and get a shot. Just didn't quite get her chest over the ball, and the ball just rose a little bit too high.
Boy, and instinctively, wrist made her first move to the right. That would have found the back of the net, but just sailed high over the crossbar. Good push for the Wildcats, just comes up dry. 3.5 left here in the first half. ACU now with 6 shots here in the first half compared to 4. Here's a turnover, and the Wildcats have it. Miller, cross. Wide side of the box, kicked out on the far sideline.
Some people talk about momentum, if it's a thing, if it's not a thing. Definitely in soccer, I feel like you can feel a build-up happening. And ACU, whenever you have this chance right before halftime, a couple of mistakes get made, you start putting the pressure on. These are the moments where you can really turn a match upside down.
It's Leslie, who did not start today, but she has been impressive. Really putting pressure on the Demons. So push one off a defender here, and I believe the 5th corner of the first half for ACU.
Wildcats will want to move quickly and try to make the most of the 2 minutes and 30 seconds they have left.
It's Raylan Miller to do the honors this time. The first time she's been over there for these penalty kicks. She'll put it in, and I believe a handball by the Wildcats. A handball, I think, coming in on the Wildcats. Will negate. Makes its way into the net, but
yes, that Maradona hand of God didn't work out this time.
It found its way into the net, but no goal for ACU. And
that's good officiating. Sometimes hard to see in there, but rightly ruled not a goal.
Now under 2 minutes. We stay scoreless. Again, a lot of activity down on this south end here in the first half.
Entering into the final minute, 30 seconds. Wildcats definitely feel like they have the advantage here. Want to press that and see if they can make something happen before the break.
I feel like when you say press, I feel like they're really putting pressure on this defensive line of Northwestern State.
When you get in your head, if you make one mistake, things start moving a little bit quicker for you. It's definitely an opportunity from the opposing team to try to make something out of it. Calm goalkeeping there.
Yeah, Medrano comes out and gets possession here for ACU. Under a minute we go first half.
1 minute remaining.
Possibly time for one last attacking push for the Wildcats.
Far side, it's out, throw in here for the Wildcats.
That's good defending though from there, slowing them down. They know that they have the clock on their side. They're able to pull things back and take a breather.
Gundon will push far side. Leslie giving chase will get possession. With 13 on the first half clock. Give and go, Leslie. Far side of the box with the right foot. Deflected out. And not deflected, just kicked it out of bounds on the end line. And that will run off the final few seconds here of the first half. Great up and down pace in our first 45 minutes. We are scoreless here at Elmer Gray Stadium. We will step aside. We'll get you the first half stats here in just a moment. Scoreless in Abilene, Northwestern State and ACU. Great soccer here today. Thanks for being with us here on ESPN+. And back at Elmer Gray Stadium, we have reached halftime here, ACU and Northwestern State. Good first 45 minutes of play. We're scoreless on the scoreboard, but great activity up and down the pitch there in the first 45 minutes. Andy Penny, Zachary McCartney, and there's a look at the tail of the tape there in the first half. Really impressed with ACU's attack offensively. No goals to show for it, but the stats certainly lean their way in the first half.
A team coming in with 4 goals on the season, definitely one of the notes of the coaches is going to be to try to convert on those chances. And set pieces is really where ACU has gotten it done. Most of those shots came off of rebounds, and those set pieces get them in the right places.
What'd you like about offensive strategy? Just getting 4 corners there, or check that 5 corners there in the first half. Really a lot of activity on that end.
The substitute Leslie made a huge impact when she came in. Her speed on the side was something that was very impressive. The ability for her to get there and challenge that defender, put Northwestern on the back foot, and won a lot of corners that way.
Again, just 4 shots for Northwestern State. None of those on goal. Emily Senator, Huzen Suku, the top 2 goal scorers in the Southland. Very quiet first half. We're scoreless here at the halftime break. Of course, conference play is right around the corner for each of these 2 conferences, the Southland Conference and the Western Athletic Conference. Here's a little bit of news and notes around the WAC. Of course, Faith Weber, she's been doing it for a long time at Utah Valley, the preseason WAC Player of the Year this year. She was the Player of the Week this past week with 3 goals and 1 assist on the week. She is impressive to watch, Faith Weber. Tarleton, they are on a hot streak as of right now. You can see the 3-game win streak. They currently sit at 5-2-1 in the conference. At 5 wins is the most of the 6 WAC teams: Utah Tech, Utah Valley, California Baptist, ACU, all with 3 apiece. But Tarleton out in front with 5 wins. They are 5-2-1. And Leah Wolf, the goalkeeper of the week for Utah Valley, she has been impressive as well. 9 total saves across the last 2 games. We're less than 2 weeks away from WAC play. ACU starts on the road at Utah Valley, the conference favorite of the 6 teams in the WAC. It's going to be a fun go-round this year. Because there's only 6 teams in the conference, they'll play a double round robin, home and home, 10-game conference schedule. We'll know the teams that are the best. The cream will rise to the top over the course of the next few months.
Absolutely, and the attitude between the 2 teams, whenever you get really familiar playing against the same players, you get the same elbows from the same girls week in and week out. It's something that makes those games really intriguing, and the rivalries can kind of build up. It's great to watch.
There's a look at the news and notes around the Western Athletic Conference. Still 45 minutes to play here this afternoon. We are at the halftime break and scoreless. Abilene Christian and Northwestern State. More to come on the other side here on ESPN+. Halftime in Abilene. ACU Northwestern State are scoreless between the 2 teams, the Wildcats and the Demons. 45 minutes, the second half about to come up. Let's look at the schedules for these 2 teams. Zachary, we'll start with Northwestern State, who's had a great run in their non-conference portion of the schedule. They will start Southland Conference play here in just a few days. UTRGV, SFA, Prairie View A&M, Houston Christian, Southeastern Louisiana. Right now, Northwestern State sits atop of the standings. Obviously, that's all non-conference. They'll jump into conference play here pretty soon.
Absolutely. The games start coming fast and quickly here in this business end of the season. It's something that all these coaches are prepared for. They really want to get their conference play schedule off to a good start. It's always great having momentum coming in, but it doesn't really mean all that much if you kind of fumble whenever you get in the conference.
The traditional Thursday-Saturday schedule, or Thursday-Sunday schedule, you'll see for the majority of these teams as they move forward at UTRGV to start Southland play next Thursday. For the Wildcats, one more non-conference game. It comes up this weekend at Baylor down in Waco. Steven Salas talked about once the WAC decided to go to a home-and-home schedule, he had some more non-conference games prior to Baylor, but then the 10-game conference schedule forced him to have to postpone 2 of those non-conference, so he'll go in with a tough test at Baylor and then at California Baptist, at Utah Valley, each of the top 2 teams in the preseason WAC standings. It's a tough stretch here over the course of the next 3, but this ACU team continues to be up to the challenge this year.
I think it's something like it's really easy to get excited for those big games.
Yeah.
You know, something that obviously conference plays is conference play, so they'll get in there. But I definitely think that these girls will be excited to prove what they can do against a tough Baylor Bear team.
And the next time at home will be a flip of the calendar, October 2nd. You'll see the Thursday, Saturday Utah special, 2 home games versus Utah Tech and Southern Utah. That coming up October 2nd and 5th after the 3-game road trip. 45 minutes left this afternoon here at Elmer Gray. We are at the half. We are scoreless, Northwestern State and ACU. We'll have the second half on the other side, ESPN+. And get ready to start the second half. ACU and Northwestern State, a scoreless first half where the Wildcats with 7 shots, 3 of those on goal. Northwestern State 4 shots, but no shots on goal there in the first half. You get a look at Hosen Suku there, number 29. She and Emily Senatore, quiet first half. And the top 2 goal scorers in the Southland, but no opportunities to score.
Only deceptive part of that 0 shots on target, there was a post struck, which I know is
True.
a shot off target, but it was a pretty solid chance there at the beginning. But the Wildcats weathered that storm and seemed to have a pretty good first half. It'll be interesting to see if they can carry that into the second and if either of these teams will be able to punch a goal in.
So Northwestern State will now move from north to south. Getting in the white jerseys today, ACU in the purple jerseys. And that wind has died down a little bit out of the south, but still blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour. Did not seem to affect ACU going into it there in the first half. So Northwestern State with possession here to start half number 2.
It's interesting how the wind can impact you. Sometimes, you just kind of have to calibrate and think about it. I know goalkeepers would much prefer kicking into with the wind rather than into it, but usually it doesn't affect too much whenever you're passing along the ground. It's when you're trying to weight those long balls for attacking runs where it gets a little bit difficult.
Again, Northwestern State on a 4-game unbeaten streak, 3-0-1 in their last 4. ACU trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Tough stretch at Oral Roberts, at East Texas A&M, and at North Texas, all 3 on the road. Wildcats are 2-0 at home this year, so something's got to give, either a 4-game unbeaten streak or undefeated home streak. It's ACU's first push here in the second half. And out on the end line.
Could have been better service in the cross coming in. Good to see Kafara Roberts back out after she kind of went out with that. Couldn't tell if it was a head injury. They were looking at her on the side. Glad to see her back playing the second half.
Only 3 Demons played the entire first half. Madison Murphy, Jessica Spitzer, and Emma Pethel played the entire first half. But a lot of substitutions there for Northwestern State. Good depth. Fresh legs here in the second half. Wildcats had a few more that played the entire first half.
That was a clever ball in there. McCarley getting out of position and kind of joining the attack, being able to split the defenders. A little bit too much on the pass, but that was a good idea to try to open up something here in this early stages of the second half.
Good look at Kennedy Rist, the goalkeeper, the redshirt junior. The transfer from UT Dallas. It's come up from Division II program up here to Northwestern State. Having a great season thus far. Far side, Wildcats obtain possession. Hannah Martin.
Got the ball trapped underneath her feet there. Difficult in midfield.
And give and go center of the field. It's Hemperly. Hemperly down to Suku. Suku back to Hemperly. And a shot on goal. Pretty easy save there as Medrano, the gloves up over the head, makes the save.
Don't mind a testing shot early. There's sometimes you just put something on frame. Might be a rebound. Something might happen. It's a good idea to get the second half started.
It's a Northwestern State team on the year. 41 shots on goal, 90 shots. They on the year averaging about 13 shots a game. So that was their first shot on goal. Medrano making that save, their 5th shot total on the afternoon.
It's 2 times that Kelly's been nipped for possession early on. It'll sometimes difficult when half starts. You got to settle in and kind of calm things down, be able to maintain possession as a midfielder.
Kate Bauka throw in. Bauk's already won a Defensive Player of the Week in the Southland this year. Did that 2 weeks ago. The individual awards have made their way to Natchitoches. Goalkeeper of the Week twice, Offensive Player of the Week twice, and Defensive Player of the Week once. Pushed down into the corner. There's Hemperly. Down the end line. Just missed Suku. With Suku, the outstretched right foot just could not get the cleat on the ball, and it's out on the near sideline.
Best chance of the game by far for Northwestern State. That was something, not only having the presence of mind to beat the defender, but also dribble it in and open up something for your attacking player. Sad they couldn't connect on that one.
About near side, trying to center it in. It's headed out. Farrell Roberts up to the midline. Northwestern State a little more aggressive here in half number 2. Some early chances here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Balk all the way into the corner, keeping possession away from Abby Smith. This ball won by the Wildcats. Simon.
Good work from Simon there to shut down a play before it started.
And Holloman off on the end line, or the sideline near side. Smith chases.
Offside.
Yeah.
Offside flag.
I believe offside here on the Wildcats. This is the third Southland team that ACU has played here in the non-con. Houston Christian and East Texas A&M, the former Texas A&M Commerce. Still have a hard time saying East Texas A&M. Just doesn't roll off the tongue, I guess. It just sounds awkward. Still think of A&M Commerce, but East Texas A&M now in the Southland.
Pretty part of the world over there.
Push back now. Back center of the field as Northwestern State will try to set up their offense. And Jessica Spitzer into the midfield. Senator. And Wildcats get possession. Peyton Hill. And out wrist. But I feel like Senator has 2 defenders around her at all times. Not going to allow Senator to have any sort of room offensively.
Well, that's sometimes what you have to do whenever there's a hot player who
Yeah.
seems to be able to do whatever they want when they're on the ball. Is you just have someone man mark them, always keep track of them. It's something that you have to do as a defensive team. You just tell them, hey, we're not going to let your best player beat us. You're going to have to do it with someone else.
Here's one.
Excellent ball
Down.
That was a
It's
great ball from
Cafaro
Simon.
Roberts trying to keep possession. Cleared out near sideline. Wildcats a throw in.
The weight on that pass was absolutely perfect. Cafaro Roberts was able to catch it in stride. Good defending recovery there from Northwestern, but that was a good attacking ball there.
Holloman into Cafaro Roberts and back to Holloman. Again out on the near sideline, another throw in for the Wildcats. Into the box, it's Martin. And cleared by the Demons. Space for Suku. And now Hemperly. Into the center of the field, a shot with the right foot, sails well high. Hemperly's been active here in the second half. Able to dribble one down the end line a moment ago. just missed with Suku. A shot opportunity. This time just puts the right leg into it, but sails well high.
It's a hot start from the Demons. I was really impressed with the team defending from the Wildcats there. You saw 6 jerseys running back at full speed trying to recover. They were able to avoid that, giving away a goal there.
Anna Martin tries to go to work. Boy, just white jerseys all around Martin.
Something I really appreciate about Martin is her ability to play in close space. I mentioned she gave the ball away a couple of times, but it is difficult whenever you're in the midfield and there's people tight to you. The ability to keep your head, it's such an asset for a team. It allows your attacking players to get forward.
Smith puts it in the box. Farrell Roberts just missed on the backside post. Good cross into the box, just missed.
Absolutely excellent chance. Really great from Farrell Roberts making that run, giving an option there. Really close to connecting on a goal. Just hopped a little bit odd angle for her. Couldn't quite, is it the head, is it the foot? It's one of those in-betweeners, unable to connect on the goal. But a couple of good chances here in the start. It's what we like to see as a spectator, as a neutral. You want to see goals, so it's something that enjoyable to see the two teams with attacking intent.
10 minutes has dissolved here in this second half, down to 35 remaining here this afternoon. In the early start this afternoon, a 5 o'clock kickoff. The accommodations for travel plans for Northwestern State trying to get home. So in the center of the field, here's Sandu, midfield line. She and Martin go to work. Martin with possession now, near sideline. And out of bounds. They'll say that ball went out of bounds. Holloman tried to keep possession near side, but throw in here for the Demons.
Good turn there.
Bill works. Now the near side, trying to find Cafaro Roberts. Holloman up to play it. Sandu. And out near side. Wildcats a throw in. Cafaro Roberts down on the end line. Across, right into the hands of Wrist. Played it well.
You have a player down there.
Yeah, tough angle for Cafaro Roberts as she and Balk were chasing down on the end line.
Those 50-50 balls, whenever it kind of bounces in between, can be that's why you wear shin pads. You know, you're going to get your foot in there, being able to win those. That's a skill. That's something that having the presence of mind to kind of lift that ball over and keep it. That's something that attacking players definitely try to do, try to train, but it's a lot of playing in open play. You get good at those activities, allows you to get chances like that.
Well, here's another look. Balk just pulled up. I'm not sure if there was any contact there between she and Cafaro Roberts, but you can see that right leg is already wrapped for Balk. The way she pulled up, I wonder if that's a quad or a hamstring type of injury down there on the end line. We've seen this defensive unit for Northwestern State. Boy, they've been banged up. Manillo, we saw Sproxton in the first half. Both had to check out with shots to the face, and now Balk will need some attention as well.
Yeah, she looks like she's in a good bit of discomfort. Hopefully she'll be all right.
Still getting checked out down there on the end line.
She's not walking too well. Not sure it's going to be tough for her to continue.
These two coaches, Stephen Salas and Ian Brophy, for the two teams. Brophy in his third season. Stephen Salas also in his third season at ACU. There's a look at Brophy and his coaching resume. 35 goals a year ago. He's got a winning record in his 2 seasons at 21, 19, and 7. He's been impressive in his 3 years. Northwestern State with possession as we're back to action here. On the near side, Sproxton back in. Sproxton substituted in here for Bauk, who's making her way to the sideline. Slowly and gingerly, she walks around the perimeter of the pitch. Farrell Roberts loses possession, but back into the possession of Smith. And what a defensive unit for Northwestern State, despite the bangs and bruises here this afternoon. Still plays big on that back line. This one pushed into the near corner. It's Baumgartner. Baumgartner dribbles in. Across, too strong and kicked out on the end line. And Northwestern State will have their first corner kick of the afternoon.
You know, that was the first one of those balls that I've seen from Northwestern State that's actually connected with the forward player, and it created a great chance. Baumgartner puts a great ball in, flashes across the face. No one there to attack it, but it was an absolutely great cross. Something dangerous for the Wildcats.
So again, the first corner of the afternoon for Northwestern State. It's Emma Pethel in the far corner. The 45th corner of the season for the Demons. And this one stays out of bounds and never really crossed into the field of play. It stayed.
Poor delivery there.
Yeah, stayed on the out of bounds portion of the end line.
Interesting pressing there from Northwestern State off this restart. Looks like they're trying something different to try to spark their offense.
Hemperly into the middle, and Sandu can't quite get it. This one pushed out near side. Northwestern State to throw in.
Looks like ACU is trying to work the ball down this left side with Holloman and Kafera Roberts. That's been the way they've moved the ball. We'll see if that continues.
And now a throw in for the Wildcats. Starting to see a little frustration for Hosen Suku. Smith will run it down, push it to the far side. Hill works for possession.
Excellent defending there.
Sure was. And now Suku a chance to run, but the defense for ACU gets there first as Kelly pushes it back to Medrano. 15 minutes down, 30 to go here in the second half. This scoreless draw. And these two teams in Natchitoches a year ago played to a scoreless draw. This is that portion of the game, again, we talked about in the first half. Like, for me at least, my sense of anxiety starts to rise as the clock continues to wind down. It's like we've got to get one in the next 30 minutes, but you have to stay patient to the game plan here and play it out the last 30 minutes.
Absolutely. It's something that these coaches will be stressing is just patience, but then also, sense of urgency and patience can go together. There's something that you don't want to play fast. You want to make unnecessary mistakes because that's just going to slow you down. But the quickness of the passing, moving the ball a little bit quicker, trying to open up some passing lanes and get some shots is something that you can definitely do with some urgency and some intent.
I'm not sure sense of urgency and patience go well for me. Not sure how well that works. Here's Senator trying to put one on net. Now Hemperly will push one, but far wide of the post.
Coach Speak has never been concerned with the utmost consistency. There's wisdom between the two extremes, I suppose.
Holloman will work with near side. It's Emma Nyland who's back in, number 4. Demons have it. Madison Murphy. Hemperly far side, one-on-one with Vetromile. Vetromile wins and pushes it out far sideline.
Classy defending there from Vetromile, being able to pick the pocket of the attacking player she's trying to go by and clear that out to give her defense a chance to reset. But Hemperly continues to kind of cause problems and ask questions.
She was one in the first half. You mentioned they would try to push one into the corner for her to chase down, and they push it too far where she didn't even have an opportunity to make an attack in this near corner. Now in the second half, far corner, been much more active with opportunities.
Well, I'll tell you, whenever you're putting those balls in and you're kicking it into the wind, some of those balls that run out might just hang up just a little bit and let you chase on it.
Yeah, they're dying here in the second half. Hemperly's made some plays.
When picking it back up just a little bit, those flags are looking pretty taut.
You can see those on the far side behind the two teams. Pushing out of the south at the back of ACU here in the second half. Holloman near side. Gets it to the end line. The cross. Nobody in the middle. Nyland now on the near sideline. She and Holloman. Two on two.
This is where conditioning really starts to come in when you're. This is an excellent chance.
Cafaro Roberts to Holloman in the center. Left-footed kick, deflected just wide of the net. Not much velocity on the kick, but it's put on goal and deflected. It had wrist off balance, moving to her left, but it stays just off the goal.
This really starts with the connection between Holloman and Cafaro Roberts. They're able to work the ball into an attacking position and get a shot that could have spun anywhere, could have possibly gone in.
It went off a deflection of Pethel, I think maybe off the hip region or the thigh region, and wrist was definitely moving to her left. That deflection would have been past her. Now a corner in the near corner. Cafaro Roberts back near side to Simon.
Not Simon's best corner there. You always have to beat that first man to be able to give your team a chance to put something in. She'll want to do a better job on the next opportunities.
ACU with 8 shots now. Northwestern State with 7. This one top of the box on a left-footed kick, but sails well high by Hill. Good up and down pace here in the first 20 minutes of the second half. Can either team crack the defensive code of the opponent? Defensive line will work it around again as it's here on the near sideline. Wildcats will push up. Back near side and into the middle. Back near sideline again, it's Sproxton. Slow, methodical advancement on this possession.
When your back line is able to play the ball as well as the Demons' back line is, it can really put some strain on the legs of the forward players trying to mark them. And, over time, that can sometimes it's a way of defending that's even without the ball, or sorry, defending when you have the ball. Slowing down those attacking players, making them put miles on their legs.
In possession here by the back line of the Demons. They'll push ahead. Loosen the center of the field. Wildcats have it.
Good advantage play from the referee there. Allow the play to develop.
Cafaro Roberts. Now Holloman puts it on net just left of the post. The wrist had to watch out for the post as she made a dive. Coming to the near side. It's a pretty clean look.
Absolutely.
Just pushed it left.
Good technique from Holloman. Wasn't quite able to open up her body, but it was the right height. Had a good amount of power on it. Just whipped a little bit too far. Really impressed with her getting forward from defense. That's something that is really helpful for that attacking line. If you want to make chances, you have to dig deep in the legs and be willing to go put yourself in a position to score, because she's going to cover that ground and get back in defense.
Demons again work here in the middle. Madison Murphy. Back line again, just keeping possession. Senator a touch. And Hemperly again up the far sideline. She and Vetremont. throw in for Northwestern State.
It's definitely one of the changes in the game over as it's developed, particularly in the last 10, 15 years, is your center backs used to be your big bruising defenders, but now all of them know how to play with the ball. It's the new way to play is possession-based football, and I think it's something really impressive when you see some technical ability from back lines being able to hold possession and tire out the front line trying to press.
Hemperly again in the far corner. Vetramile trying to get possession. It's out on the end line, and will be a goal kick here for ACU.
Good defending once again from Vetramile. Looks like they've tried to work that side, and so far Vetramile's passed the test.
Seen a few substitutions here for Northwestern State as Emily Gundon is back in. Hosen Suku has gone to the bench for Northwestern State.
Good first touch there from Abby Smith.
A long run, I believe a foul call middle of the field. And ACU, the one more non-conference road game at Baylor this weekend. Non-conference play starts a week from Thursday, 2 weeks from tonight. And Coach Steven Salas had some non-conference games on the schedule, but had to postpone those because of the WAC schedule. About a 10-day stretch between the game at Baylor and then on the road. Here's another cross, another chance coming out, and making a dive and a save his wrist.
It's Holloman once again. Paying attention to the moment, getting a turnover, and this time instead of trying for the cross, putting it in a trying for the shot, putting in a perfect cross that weren't quite able to connect on there with Peyton Hill.
Right back on the attack. Gundon at the midfield line. Great activity by the Wildcats. Purple jerseys everywhere. See, Nia Leslie is back in, number 17. Push up and too far out on the end line.
Hill also starting in an offside position there. Definitely want to watch that. You want to be ready and stay on side to make those attacking chances worth something.
Wildcats have had 2 offsides tonight. Northwestern State with 3. ACU now with 10 shots compared to 7 for Northwestern State. Dawson Mars is back in. Raylan Miller for ACU also back in. We've gone under 20 minutes here in the second half. Over to Leslie.
Great touch pulling that ball down from the air.
Emma Nyland back to the defensive line here. Gracie Kelly push it into the corner, far side. Raylan Miller. Miller's cross is deflected out. Should be another corner here for the Wildcats. No, they'll say not deflected out. Thought it was deflected out. But Miller just could not keep control.
She's not protesting too much.
Yeah. Thought the way that one sailed that maybe it was a deflection. But back here to Northwestern State.
Nice turn there in the midfield.
Riley Stern, the 6-foot junior out of Fort Worth, wears number 27. Leslie, possession, gets it up, Leggett in the center. It's Miller with a shot and a Wildcat goal.
What a goal from Miller. That was absolutely fantastic. She got great power, great curl. Goalkeeper did not have a chance there. All of that started with Leslie's excellent play to win the ball, and then an absolutely outstanding strike to put the Wildcats in the lead.
The 73rd minute, Raylan Miller. Her first goal here of 2025. The 5'7" sophomore. It's giving the Wildcats a 1-0 lead.
What a goal it was to have that first goal. Incredible strike, calm, composed, important within 20 minutes left to go. That's a great way to take your chance.
It's her second year here in a Wildcat uniform from Winter Park, Florida. First goal of her ACU career comes critical moment here with less than 20. Wildcats right back on the attack with Nia Leslie.
I've been so impressed with her today.
She'll put one on the far post, just wide. Wildcats can't quite get there. Boy, almost scored two in a quick stretch of time. All right, Zachary, how's it changed now strategy? A 1-0 lead with less than 20 to go. How does it change strategy for each of these two teams?
One of the things that is always true in soccer is that goals change games. And honestly, the quickest time after a goal, coaches from both teams will be shouting at their players, trying to get them to stay focused, because it's so easy to let one slip in and then you're back to nothing, or to kind of start moping a little bit and allow a second one in and let the game get away from you. I think the best idea for the Wildcats is just keep doing what they're doing. You don't want to change your strategy too much. The stuff that got you one up is going to be the stuff that gets you two up. So you just keep on playing as you're doing, putting pressure on as you can. Definitely don't want to slow down and try to get a couple more to kill the game.
So Miller the goal. Amelia Leggett will get the assist on the goal. And Miller with fresh legs. She's only played 9 minutes tonight, but I'd say a valuable 9 minutes for the sophomore.
Absolutely. Those key passes are so important to be able to have that composure to finish and set your teammates up to get on the leaderboard.
Give and go to Mars far side, but it's out on the far sideline. A throw in here for ACU. Talk about a momentum boost. This is a Wildcat team. Goals have been hard to come by this year. Just their 5th goal now and their 8th game of the year, but they have made all of them count. All 3 of their wins this year have been 1-0 finals. And here they are again with less than 16 minutes to go.
15 minutes to go is not enough time to kind of park the bus and start pulling things back. You got to keep playing your game at this point. Maybe whenever you get closer to the end and you want to kill off the game, that's one thing. But right now, you have to keep playing, because if you start backing up, you're just inviting pressure onto your defense, and that's not going to be helpful for them to kill the game.
The attack here. Here's Senator, the demon, one of the demons that, of course, has been successful offensively. ACU able to clear.
Yeah, if you're Northwestern State now, you have to start pushing players forward. You can't play for a draw. You're losing. You gotta attack, but at the same time, you don't want to get too far over your skis and end up letting in a second, which late in the game would probably be enough to kill the game off.
For ACU, just keep possession here. Let time run off the clock. Still on the attack far side, it's Vetramile. Vetramile put it in the center. Hollis. And Vetramile kick from outside the box.
Not quite sure if that was a shot or a pass.
This time it's Nyland. Deflected away.
A really good take from Nyland in stride to give herself a little half chance there.
Miller push into the corner, and Hollis. Hollis. Activity in the corner. It's kicked away, and it should be a corner here for the Wildcats, and it is.
Wildcats playing with a little bit of confidence and a little bit of swagger after seeing that first goal go in. Looks like they're hungry to try to get a second.
Good play there by Hollis to get the corner. See substitutions down the stretch here for both teams. The clock still continues to wind down. 13 and some change left this afternoon. Raylan Miller, the goal in the 72nd minute.
Going into the Wildcats, number 11, Peyton Hill.
Here is the corner and headed out.
Disappointing service from two of these corners, offside as well. That's a tough play there. Putting in a not your best effort on a corner and then getting caught offside is not your favorite sequence. You won't love that in the tape room.
Broxton near side. Leslie takes possession.
Leslie's been an absolute force this afternoon.
Boy, she has been great. She and Cafaro Roberts on this near sideline. Activity here at the midfield line. Foul call on Northwestern State. It's Riley Stern. She and Katie Gregson.
This point in the game, 12 minutes left. You don't really need to take these too quickly. Obviously, you don't want to slow down and invite pressure, but also you don't have to move super fast as well. You've got the lead. You don't need to make it unnecessarily quick.
Ball pushed into the Northwestern State side of the field. It's Tiana Cruz.
Cruz has been lively with the minutes she's had. She's definitely, when she gets on the ball, lean forward a little bit, see what's going to happen.
Senator Hemperly now works the near sideline. And out on the end line for the Wildcats.
Looks like referee called a foul back there on the...
Oh. Hemperly we've seen on the left side of the attack, now on the right side.
Betchermile wasn't letting her through, so they might have tried the other side, see what happens.
Hemperly works near side with Holloman. Still with the dribble, pushes it into the corner. That's Cruz. Cruz on the end line. Good activity on the end line. Boy, sure looked like a handball, no call. Cruz will knock it off of Holloman, a corner here for the Demons.
Referees have been pretty consistent in letting them play today. I can't always get all of them correct, but the thing that I appreciate, that was definitely handball. Never mind. On the replay, that the assistant should have waved that in for sure.
However you look at it, a corner here for the Demons. Pethel to take the corner, trying to tie it here late. Sails to the far side, and ACU able to clear. More contact on the far sideline. No, and a foul is called on ACU. One official had possession to the Wildcats, the others called a foul, and Northwestern State will get possession.
It was a poor first touch from Hill, and the first thing, the thing you hate to do when you take a poor touch is lose possession as well. So the temptation to put a shoulder in is always right there. That's a classic forwards foul.
We've gone under 10 minutes left here this afternoon. ACU the 1-0 lead, courtesy of Raylan Miller. First goal in a Wildcat uniform as a sophomore.
Excellent first touch from Holloman there, and great defending coming back in there for Broxton.
Trying to get Senator a touch. She has really been pinned up today by the ACU defense.
And that's good tactical awareness from Coach Silas and his coaching staff.
Now a run out. It's Hill off the deflection as Wrist comes out to play it. Boy, Hill almost around Wrist with an open look, but it's deflected out on the end line. Another corner coming for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Hill there at full speed. Honestly, with the goalie coming out, Hill would have liked to do better, had the whole left side of the net open to be able to take it, but went a corner, definitely good work from your attacking player.
We'll see Hannah Martin substitute back in, number 5. Another corner here. Bailey Simon, this will be the 9th corner of the afternoon for the Wildcats. This one stays low. Kick with the left foot, still loose in the box. Martin put it on net. A lot of traffic there and unable to push through.
That was really good contact there from Martin. Got a lot of power on it. It was rising, headed for that top corner. A defensive deflection definitely spared them a second goal.
And ACU in no hurry to get this one in as those seconds still tick off.
Well, as you come down to 8 minutes to go, it's not quite go to the corner and waste time, but I'm sure you'd like to post another goal in, but you don't really need to commit players forward or put yourself in a position where you can give the lead up.
Senator will come away with possession. Demons will push. Cruz trying to get it up to Stern. Wildcat defense in position to push it out near sideline.
Threatening ball, but great work from Gracie Kelly keeping her head and clearing that away, letting her defense get back and reset.
Here comes Hosen Suku back in, extended rest, but she and Senator, the top two goal scorers, will play this out the last 8.5 minutes, 7.5 minutes.
I'd expect a lot of movement from them for these last minutes. Use all the legs before the long drive back. That was good work from Hill, being able to win possession and draw the foul. No rush here from the Wildcats.
Free kick for ACU, and they'll take their sweet time. Setting up their offense. 7 minutes left. It's Raylan Hill at the goal in the 72nd minute. Leslie near side, kicked out in line, and another corner coming for the Wildcats. So Leslie a little slow to get back to her feet here.
I can tell you when it gets towards the end of that game and you get a slide tackle, get something in you, getting up just takes a little bit longer.
The final minutes can relate to old age. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. She's back on her feet, ready to go.
These girls are in much better shape.
ACU has dominated the corner kick game today.
Like to see better service on this one.
This one will stay low, and it's kicked out again near side. Smith comes out to play it. Now it's into the corner, and Kelly. And out again, another corner for the Wildcats.
That's really, really solid. Way to keep composure there from Kelly, just waiting for the defender to come on and win the corner. Let that clock keep ticking down and get another chance there.
Abby Smith in the corner to send it in. Good elevation on this one. Sails high on the far side.
Much better service from that one.
Big kick in traffic. Still loose, top of the box. Demons able to clear. Cruz on the near sideline. Loses possession. ACU a throw in.
Tiana Cruz definitely has that spark when she's on the ball. Definitely need something, some kind of spark in these last 5 minutes if they want to get something from this game.
Good speed, good change of direction from Cruz. Officials talking here as the clock has stopped. Substitutions here. Reagan Hollis has made her way to the far sideline. And looks like Sproxton will check out again. Sproxton been banged up today. Second time she's checked out. It's Marissa Henderson who checks in, the 5'6" redshirt freshman. Throw down to the end line. And not quite able to get there is Hill.
It's a good chance for the freshman to try to make some time with minutes here at the end of this game.
Wildcats continue to push on the offensive end. Sends up the far side. Hemperly again, far sideline. Throw in for ACU. Wildcats trying to even up their record at 4-4, stay undefeated here at Elmer Gray Stadium. Currently 2-0 here at home. Of course, Northwestern State, the 4-game unbeaten streak, 3-0-1 in their last 4. That is certainly in jeopardy here with less than 5 to go. A Raylan Miller goal in the 72nd minute.
Since that goal, the Wildcats have done a great job of keeping the foot on the gas and the pressure on the back 9 of the Demons.
Senator a touch. Trying to get it to Hemperly. ACU defense is there. Medrano clears. Contact, no foul. And now a late whistle and a foul. Boy, Suku upset. You see some frustration on the face of Suku.
Yeah, late whistle, but pretty clearly a foul. She might claim it shoulder to shoulder, but got in there and tripped up the defender.
Now Medrano, the free kick. Steven Salas loves Bella Medrano, says she can kick a ball a mile. She'll clear it down to the offensive end. And now Suku trying to get there. And cleared on the near sideline.
Definitely a time where you don't want to make any mistakes. You put the ball out, let your defense reset, and play as a team.
3 minutes left in Abilene this afternoon. Senator. Hemperly. Hemperly out in the middle.
She's covered a lot of ground
she's
today.
playing middle now. Cruz resets back to the back line. 2.5 to go in Abilene this afternoon. Put in far side. With space, right-footed kick, knocked away. Medrano with the right paw. Dangerous attack for Northwestern State. Medrano, a nice job.
That is why you need to keep her. Sometimes whenever things are getting tight, whenever you get a ball on, it's so great to get a strong hand there and get it over for the Wildcats.
Quick corner for the Demons. Headed once. Spitzer got a head on it. That was Mars with the shot on goal, which I think would have been underneath the crossbar. Medrano able to get the right glove on it and pop it up over the top.
Impressive save there at the death. Might be a match-winning save there.
And Wildcats able to clear it back to the midfield line.
Pressure coming on this last minute and 30 seconds. Anywhere will do for the clearance.
Clock continues to move. 1.5 minutes remaining. Ethel to throw in far sideline. Cruz. Senator.
Everyone back for the Wildcats.
And possession for ACU. Can they clear? Simon will try to, and she will. She'll just punch it down into the far corner.
Excellent ball.
Well, that's perfect. Under a minute we go.
Great clearance there from Simon.
Header to keep it on the offensive end. Push down, one more attack here for the Demons. Medrano out to cover it up. And now Medrano can really leak out the final few seconds.
Goalkeeper coach might tell her that doesn't have to get up too quickly on that one. What a boot.
Suku, one final push in desperation. Out on the near side, and that should about milk the clock. Wildcats will remain undefeated here on the home pitch. And Northwestern State's 4-game unbeaten streak comes to an end. Your final from Elmer Gray Stadium, it's ACU 1, Northwestern State 0. ACU improves to 4-4, and they remain unbeaten here in Abilene in the series versus Northwestern State. Raylan Miller, the goal in the 72nd minute. Impressive 90 minutes of soccer today for ACU.
Absolutely, very impressed with the performance there from Stephen Salas' girls there. They definitely controlled the pace of the game. They were able to take their one chance, but they created quite a bit. I definitely think a couple of things to clean up coming into conference play. Their set pieces in the second half could have used a little bit more work, but overall a impressive win from a hot team, and I'm sure Coach Salas will be pleased.
Let's take a look at our in-game stats here to wrap this one up. Goes the way of the Wildcats. Again, the goal for Raylan Miller in the 72nd minute. 11 shots tonight compared to Northwestern State with just 8. 10 corners compared to just 3 for Northwestern State. All the stats, including the most important stat on the scoreboard, go the way of ACU tonight.
Yeah, sometimes in these low-scoring games you can get a feel that, oh, well, they didn't deserve the win or they did, and this one was a pretty clear deserve. I will definitely say Hemperly was all over the place for the Demons. 4 shots she got off, but she was causing problems as best as she could. But a thorough victory for the Wildcats, something that both teams will take some stuff away going into conference play.
And another clean sheet for the freshman Bella Madrano in goal, the shutout, the 3rd of the season. One more non-conference setup here for ACU. They'll go on the road in Waco against Baylor this weekend.
Definitely be an exciting one this weekend. Looking forward to getting to see that. One last word on the goalkeeper. That save down in the death is something that kept this game for the Wildcats, something really, really important. I know Coach Salas is very impressed with the freshman goalkeeper. She definitely did her team proud this evening. The
Wildcats improved to 4-4. Northwestern State falls to 4-2. They start Southland Conference play next Thursday at UT RGV. As we wrap things up here from Elmer Gray Stadium, we tell you our final score one final time: ACU 1 and Northwestern State 0. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games are airing live. They're streaming on ESPN+. For Zach McCartney and the entire ACUTV crew, I'm Andy Penny. Until next time, take care. Good night from Abilene.